Welcome to this orientation video for students taking online World History 2 classes with the Fairfax County Online Campus. In this presentation, I'll answer some of the frequently asked questions that students and parents have as the course gets started. One question that gets asked quite often is how much time does the class require? And the answer to that is about 3 to 5 hours each week. If you think about a student taking any course in their base school, the class might meet some weeks 2 times a week, maybe it meets Tuesdays and Thursdays for an hour and a half or 3 hours each week. Some weeks it might meet 3 times, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, for an hour and a half each, about 4.5 hours. Some weeks in this course you might be closer to the 3, other weeks you might be closer to the 5, but on average you should expect to spend some time between 3 and 5 hours each week. Students work at different paces, so it's hard to nail it down to just one exact time to expect. Some students will get done each week closer to the 3, some will be closer to the 5. That's for students who begin the course in September. We do have rolling admission to the course throughout the year, so if you're joining us at a later point in the year, it might take a little bit more than that in order to complete the course in the required amount of time. Okay, another question that's asked frequently is when is class? And by class, we kind of mean two different things here in the course. Class in the general sense, the assignments and the things that students work on each class each week can really be done anytime during the week. Okay, the assignments are posted in Blackboard. Blackboard is accessible by students 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can go in and work on that any time that suits. Uh, in a more specific sense, there is one class session that we do have. The online campus assigns each subject area a day of the week to avoid conflicts for students who take multiple online classes. Social studies for this school year has been assigned Wednesday evenings. I sent out a survey for students to kind of get a sense of what times work, and based on that survey, we'll determine an exact time. So that 1 hour is really the only set time in the course each week. So in that 3 to 5 hours of coursework each week, 1 hour is that Illuminate class session. Illuminate is the program that it runs. You click a link in Blackboard and it brings you into an online chat session. Okay, I can hear some students and parents, already thinking, well, wait a minute, I have practice Wednesday evenings or I have some other commitment. Each class session is recorded and a link is posted on the Blackboard page for each set of weekly assignments. Students can listen to the recording and do an alternative assignment for full credit in order to make up any missed sessions. Now, with that said, it's important to note attendance at those sessions really is an expectation of the course. It's one of the things that sets aside the online campus from most other online courses is that actual interaction with other students and the teacher in the online classroom. Um, we don't want you to just be 5 hours a week, just you and your screen with no interaction going on. Every year there's some students and there's something going on, and Wednesday, whatever the assigned uh, class session day is just completely out for them. If that is the case, please let me know. Occasional missing of classes, things happen. Power goes out, practice runs late, we forget. If you're missing once in a while, you can do the makeup assignments. If you know that you're going to be missing extended periods, I just don't. I'd prefer not to have students missing entire quarters where they don't have any of these sessions. But if that is the inevitable reality, please let me know. We'll try and work something out. But barring some kind of commitment that that I understand and know why you're not there, it is expected that you attend those sessions. If there's any questions on that or any circumstances that I need to know about, please just let me know. Okay, for students who aren't keeping up, and hopefully nobody listening to this recording will have anything to worry about this with, but again, it does happen. Some students, maybe they get into the course and it's just more than they bargained for, or uh, circumstances at home change and they're just not able to keep up with the course. Um, if you go a week without any work being done, you'll hear from me. I'll give a call or I'll send you an email just checking in. Hey, you haven't done any work this week. Is everything okay? If you go 2 weeks of school, 10 school days without doing any work, then the online campus becomes involved and you'll receive a formal warning letter from them. And if students go a full 15 school days, then they're dropped from the class. That kind of correlates with the actual schools. If a student doesn't attend school for 15 consecutive school days, they're dropped from the school roster. Again, I hope that this isn't going to apply to anybody, but I do want to put that on the table so everybody's clear. 10 school days, 2 weeks without doing any work or submitting any work in the class, you receive a formal warning. If you go 15 school days or 3 full school weeks without doing any work, you'll be unenrolled from the course. Your counselor will be contacted and you'll be, I guess, reassigned at your base school to a face-to-face class there at school. All right, are there any face-to-face meetings? Is a question I get. You have two exams that you take in person. One of those is a midterm exam, which will be sometime in January. The date and time and location of that will be determined and well in advance, and students and parents will know when and where that is. There's also a final exam at the end of May, maybe the beginning of June now with the new school calendar, but towards the end of the year there is a face-to-face final exam. Those really are to check and make sure that the students are earning the grades that they're earning during the week. I do have to mention that if a student's grade on the midterm or final exam varies widely from the work that they've been doing each week. An example would be a student who has, 100 every week on the weekly assignments on each topic, but then they come in and they get a 5% on the midterm exam. Um, though in those cases, and they are rare, but in those cases, then there's some suspicion about who's been doing the work in the course. You can be then asked to come into the online campus to take future exams. So that's just kind of an accountability check that's built in there. If there's kind of a huge discrepancy between how you do on the face-to-face exams. It's pretty much the honor system in terms of doing your own work and your own exams during the weekly topics. You do have these two checks, though, the midterm exam and the final exam. One other difference between this online course and your school courses is that the online campus does count the midterm as a quarter grade. So unlike school where you have 4 quarters and then the final exam, you have 5 grades that go into your overall final course average. The online campus uses 6 grades, 4 quarters, the midterm exam, and the final exam. So just to put that out there so students are clear. All right, the last thing really, and maybe the most important thing, what if I need help? Um, my email address is there, and that's probably the best way to contact me. So I'm a teacher here in Fairfax County Schools. I teach at Herndon High School. Um, I check my email throughout the day, check it when I get home, so I can get back to you fairly quickly. Um, I have two little kids, so bedtime here is around 7. So really, anytime after 7, I might not be getting back to you until the following day. But I'll try and get back to you as promptly as I can. My phone number is there. I'm in a classroom that's shared by 3 other teachers. Depending on the period, I might not even be in the room. I put that up there though because I know if power goes out and you're not able to reach me by email, uh, that's really your plan B is the phone number there. And probably the most important thing I can tell you here is don't delay in asking for help. Please, if you have a question, the odds are 5 other students in the class have had the exact same question. So get the question emailed or called into me so I can help. Okay, that's what I'm here for, is to help you along and be your guide. It's not like school where I'm there and you just raise your hand and I can come right over. But please reach out with any questions or concerns that you might have.